Here's a brand new song that arrived at the camp at Solstice in the centre of Ireland. It's relevant to what I'm going to share with you. Centred in the centre, Gromor in Machri. Centred in the centre, Gromor in Machri. Anlar, anlar. Machri lan la gra, Machri lan la gra, Machri lan la gra, Machri lan la gra. Airgi, airgi. I have been inspired by many people and by many places, and it's all coming together right now. And this is an invitation for you to participate in an exciting thing. And I'm doing it by video because I really want to get the word out to friends and family and anyone else who's interested in Irish evolving culture or emerging culture. And it's fused with ancient culture. So that is my excitement. I have been nourished by the woman at the center of this piece of land because she sings and plays music, and like I have many strings to my bow, so does Aoife Howe, and we're going to chat with her shortly. But let me tell you what this is about. There's a piece of land in the center of Ireland that has been a gift to some of the richest people I know. And what I mean by that is it has nourished people I know who are rich in skills and culture and are very keen to see a brand new way of being emerge, and are very generous with their sharing of caring for the land, methods of caring for the land, so sharing their skills. And recently there has been a change in that piece of land, and it requires support, and that support is in cash donations, PayPal donations, contributions more than donations, because when we know when we live with gratitude and generosity, that's what is returned to us. It's part of this lovely discovery of how to be at one. And I love this because it's at the center of the land of Ireland. And Ireland being surrounded by Europe on one side and North America on the other, it's a central place. And whatever metaphors and symbolism we put to things, if this strikes you as something you'd like to be involved with, there is a GoFundMe page, which is relevant only this week. We've only got now to do this. And it's not like we want to go and buy this piece of land. It's because it needs to be saved from being auctioned due to a tax. So it's part of the old culture meeting the new culture, and I see it as a gift. I see it as a blessing, and I am excited to share this and invite whoever's watching this for you to share what you can financially. And if you would also like to join in with a sense of, okay, this is like the heart of Ireland, this piece of land, or the center. So let's like center ourselves. Like, this is one of my favorite self-care practices, centering myself with my stomach, relaxing, my heart expanding, and my mind being still. And that's what we have to do. And that's what we can do in this place. It will be a place of learning and gathering. It already has been. I'm just going to share with you a little picture here as we're getting ready to talk with Aoife, who can explain exactly what's going on. Part of this inspired me to create a video, something I used to do. And I'm just going to share with you a little bit to show you what it is, what is in mind for this. The vision is to create a space for community, connection, healing, and learning, where music, ceol, music, storytelling from the heart can be practiced and shared. These things aren't necessarily in university. Natural health practices, uncovering maybe the ancient practices that used to be practiced in Ireland, learning from the beyond history practices, the ancient and emerging culture, and most attractively, deep inner connection, a place for us to place our feet on the ground if we would like to attend any of the possible workshops. It's all potential. It's all possible. It's just a matter of responding to the need right now. And in fact, it's a perfect opportunity for us to return to the land, return to our center, speak from our heart, speak from the heart, and see what gems are stored there for us. Now I'm beginning to wax lyrical, and I feel like another voice to help explain this would be welcome. Is Aoife there?
Yeah, I'm here, Kathleen. Yeah.
Oh,
and thank you for your beautiful words and your songs and your heart. So to anyone that's listening out there, feel really honoured to speak on behalf of this cause. And so there's a really special piece of land that Kathleen mentioned, and I went there a couple of years ago and was really welcomed there by the landowner. And he said to me, if you want to live here for the rest of your life and gather the people here, you can. And he really meant that with heart, and many gatherings did happen there. People worked together, and we created a well from a mere puddle. The well was built up, and we drank from that well, and the well is flowing now, you know. And this land is really beautiful. There's horses there. There's an ancient ring fort, and there's many other remnants of an ancient culture that came before us. And there's so much potential in this cause, but it really needs help. And so Joe, the landowner, inherited this land from his uncle. And when he inherited the land, he also inherited the debt that his uncle had as he was dying. He got put into a nursing home, and he didn't have the money to pay, so the debt went onto the land. And so now is the time to clear that debt. And the landowner has kindly said that a group of us together as a cooperative can buy that debt from him and receive part of the land as guardians to create the space that we wish to create, to gather, to heal, to share, to grow, and to create spaces for the land itself, you know, to plant many trees and to create spaces for biodiversity. And it's in a really central point. North, south, east and west of Ireland meet at this point. And it is really ancient and sacred land. So it's really important that we stand together at this time in solidarity, and together and collectively stand up and say, okay, this is the time and we have the space, so let's make it happen. And so whatever people can do at this time financially or by spreading the word, it is a matter of time, and it's moving quite quickly. But I really trust that this is a gift and this is a blessing, and that we can make it happen. So this is a call out for whoever feels resonant to this vision of community, of learning, of sharing and growing together. Like you said, that oneness. This is a call to you to help and to be a part of this.
I'm looking at a photograph of you standing beside a lot of trees. I'm just so happy that you have already done what you've done there, and that that you're able to respond to this. It's an opportunity, and there's a lot of people who are seeing the way forward is to simplify and look at the abundance we have. Like, I have so many acorns this year, and I've never had hazelnuts from where we just planted 10 years ago here. It's not all about like trees and that. It's also about the community, the sense of achievement when you come together and grow things like this as well. So the coming together, you have to get, like, if people are able to give money, is it a mixture of large amounts and small amounts? And uh, I guess practically speaking, you know, I have no doubt about, the amazing, as I mentioned, the skills you have is to bring forth the creative in me. And I thank you for that, because sitting around the campfire with you this summer was a treat, because songs came to me that were brand new. And I also feel like going to that piece of land, hanging out, with land, 60 odd acres that hasn't been ever, it's always been organic, and that the horses have been able to run free. And I trust you as a guardian of the place. And I see that it's a brand new start, a time of a new way of doing things. But to get there, we have to raise this money. So GoFundMe is, what's the simplest thing someone can do? And can you talk a wee bit about that?
Well, yeah, so at the moment, people are gathering, and tonight actually we have a meeting with people that are able to invest that little bit more. So we're coming up with a scheme where we have shares in within the cooperative, and one share is 5,000, and it's just that we need quite a large amount of money at the minute. We need around 100,000. And that's why we've come up with this scheme with shares. But someone handed me €300 yesterday. People are putting in 5, 10, 20, 50. All of this is adding up, It's like with all the people that I know and all the people that you know and that they know, together, if people just donate what they can, then this money can just come in and keep flowing in, and hopefully within the next week or so it will be all together, so it is coming in drips and drabs, and that's really appreciated, and those people that donate 50, 100 or whatever, they're going to be added to a thank you list, and those people will be invited to any sort of gatherings that we have on the land. And I plan to have a really big celebration on the land when this happens with a Kaylee, and those people will be given back to, and honoured. So,
oh, you know what? I just want to remind you of, there was a Kaylee in Tara, and that's where you are right now. And the I just loved watching the joyful dancing that took place there. It was probably within the past year. So yeah, I would love to go to a Kaylee that's run down at that amazing site. It's like just, again, to think of what's actually the deeper thing that's happening is there's been a sort of keeping down, not a suppression, but not an expression for the older generations in some places in Ireland and some places in the world, that you weren't able to express yourself with the joys of life, basically. And I very much see this as a place where that can take place. And now it's also a time where it can take place. So it's like the heart, the opening of the heart. That's the way I like to see it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Very well said, Kathleen. Beautifully put, yeah.
There's so much. Well, okay, so we have a few days, and I'd be interested if any of my friends watching this or family, do let me know if you go anonymous on the GoFundMe. Let me know that you've put money towards this. I certainly appreciate it. So I'm delighted to have invited or introduced you to Aoife, so that you have an idea of the might behind this project and the urgency of it. And so, like the abundance of the trees and the fruit and the harvest, which is this time of year, I invite you to share something, any amount, and watch us reach that 100,000, 10,000. So that's it. So any other things that you want to share?
just my deepest gratitude for this experience and this opportunity, and all the people that are coming forward and reaching out and supporting this vision and sending me kind words and offering their money and their energy to this cause, because really this is a torch that I've been carrying for a while. When I reached that land, I could really feel the potential there, and dreaming with that space really showed me of what could be and what was happening there. And I just really hope that people also feel this vision and feel part of it, you know, because this is a collective thing, and this is why this has happened. It takes a lot of people to come together to make something like this happen. And yeah, I'm really, really grateful for all that are helping, and to you, Kathleen, and to all that are out there that are listening. Thank you for giving your time and energy.
That's brilliant. It's all a natural process, and I'm very confident that we'll do this. And the name of the GoFundMe, please.
Help us to save the heart of the land.
Love it. Help us to save the heart of the land on the GoFundMe site. And you can keep in touch with me, Kathleen O'Hara Farron, and I'll put this on my Edge School, the edgeschool.net website. And Aoife, you're on Facebook, Aoife Howe, Howe. And yeah, let's watch the network do its thing. Slán agus Bannacht agus Buíochas, thank you. And I look forward to speaking more Irish as well and singing more Irish songs.
Slán
agus Buíochas.